Texas Lutheran University is profiling 2019-20 senior student athletes with one-on-one video interviews over the next few months. Our 13th senior interview is with Manny Longoria of TLU football. Manny, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Tim.
All right, Manny, you had a remarkable career with the Bulldogs as a defensive end, but you didn't start out at TLU as a defensive end. Take me through what that process was that transformed you from a defensive back or kind of a safety linebacker into a defensive end. What took place to get you on the defensive line?
So what happened was I was recruited, as Tim said, as a safety. I played corner in high school, and at the coaching staff at the time, they said, okay, come in, you're going to play safety for us. And, of course, like all seniors coming out of high school, you think, like, I'm going to start right off the bat. And that didn't happen. So I played special teams freshman year, played all the JV games. And then we had a coaching change for the defensive staff. Actually, I mean, Coach Gus came in, and I think almost all of our coaching staff was brand new. And Coach Ricky Mott, the defensive coordinator, he pulled me in after the spring. I was a second string safety, and I was really trying to start, but I could see that wasn't going to happen. So he pulled me in and he said, hey, put on about 10 to 15 pounds and you're going to play outside linebacker or defensive end. So I just heard outside linebacker and I was like, okay, I can do that. But then I was like, so then I'm going to have to compete against Jake Gersha and Adarius Norwood, or Didi as we know him. I was like, how am I going to start over them? He's like, I told you, either you're going to play outside linebacker or defensive end. So I just kept my mindset on outside linebacker, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to beat out one of my good friends for their spot. So then I lied about how much weight I put on. I came in to my sophomore year, that fall camp, and we had to weigh in, and I had my mom go get me some food at Sonic, was right down the road. So I had cargo shorts on. I filled up my pockets full of cargo shorts. I weighed in at like 217. And in the span of just like fall camp to the first game, I dropped 10 pounds just because that's what happens whenever you start football season. You drop about 5 to 10 pounds. So I played my entire sophomore season at 205. And I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. So first of all, credit to God, I was able to do it. And then second of all, Coach Mott for believing in me, and Coach Barr at the time. He's now at UConn, but I remember going in my first day of practice and everyone was like, okay, he's going to basically cower down to the offensive lineman because he's smaller than them. So then I figured out with my athletic ability, I was able to just kind of run around them because I was faster than him. And then it worked out. And then I got more confidence toward the end of my sophomore year going into junior year, and then took off senior year, and the rest was history after that.
You were a two-time academic All-American and an All-American on the field. What was the key for you in balancing your schoolwork and your football duties?
Definitely my parents. They kept me grounded. I live at home still, and so they were really on me about, I'm not the one paying for college, so they're really on me about getting my grades up. It's always been just like that living here. It was always expected to do good. And with the time, if you just time manage well, you can have A's and B's in college. I had 1 C, but that is what it is. But again, I just credit that all to my parents and being able to balance both out, and then just the work ethic that they instilled in me. I was able to transfer not only onto the field, but into the classroom as well, because in college, that's what you're going to wind up doing the rest of your life. So you got to put the effort in to get that degree.
I want to show you a video here. This is from your junior season in a game against Howard Payne. So I'm going to go to your screen. I'm going to pull it up here.
All right.
All right. Can you see that, Manny?
Okay. I know what this is, I think.
Okay. So I'm going to play it, and then let's watch it. And then I want you to tell me about what happened here and what was going through your mind as this play transpired.
This is the one I think it is. Okay. It's the one where I scored junior year. So yeah, I remember that. That was pretty awesome. That was a surreal moment. Not a lot of people could say they scored in college football, especially when they play defense. especially defensive line. So, being our position and our defense, the way it's called the bandit. So, my outside five technique. So I'm supposed to set the edge, and I got you call it a base block. So basically the lineman just kind of stands up and turns his body. So I just hold the outside and make sure no one can go outside. And I know it kind of looks goofy sometimes because you're just standing there. Coach kind of gets mad because I do that a lot. You're supposed to kind of just shove the guy down, but I kind of just stand there. Because, again, I can get away with doing things like that because I can react quicker than a bigger guy. But anyway, so I remember doing that. And then everybody was, I just could feel, I've always been like that from little, like I knew where the ball was going to be, being a little kid. And so something told me, like, to look inside. And when I looked inside, the ball just kind of like, you can't see it from this angle, but if you look at the end zone angle, the play, you can tell the play's about to be over. So I moved my head to the other side to look inside to see if they tackled him. And the ball just kind of shot out by my feet. And so I don't even know how I did it. I just kind of just naturally, instinctively just picked up the ball. And the game before this, or 2 games before, we played Hardin-Simmons. We got destroyed junior year. But I had messed up my elbow really, really bad. I thought I broke it. Like, I really thought I broke my arm. But anyway, that's why I have an arm brace on. So I picked up the ball, and I jumped. I tripped over somebody, and I caught myself with one hand, and it was with that bad elbow. And that's when I knew, like, the rest of the season, that elbow was fine because all my body weight was down my elbow. So then once I picked it up, I just kind of took off running, was hoping nobody was behind me. And then you always feel like someone's right behind you. So I didn't want to slow down at all. But, yeah, I thought that guy right there was about 2 yards behind me the entire time. But, yeah, it was
it was right behind you. Trying to see who that was. He was running some good interference for you.
I want to say that was a safety. He was a freshman. He doesn't go here anymore. He transferred out. But that was Malachi. I want to say his last name. Yeah, Malachi Cronk.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He was right there in your tail. But I always like watching that play because I can never see from this angle where that ball has come out.
That's from the end zone. I don't know who knocked it out, but you can just kind of see the ball squirt out to where I'm at, and I see it by my feet, so I just pick it up. And I really, now that I think about it, now that we're talking about this, I was thinking about this the other day, just randomly. We do these drills at the beginning of practice, like the little things that you don't think are important. We always did this drill with defensive ends and the defensive line was we'd run the hoop. So the hoop is like this humongous PVC pipe circle. And you run around it in different ways, figure eight, in a circle, whatever it is. And Coach Dowson, our D-line coach, would throw a ball, and you would reach down and pick it up. You wouldn't jump on it. You reach down and pick it up, like scooping it up to go run off. And so, I mean, I guess we don't do those for no reason because that time and then this year, again, when we played Hardin-Simmons, I did the same thing. I just picked it up and was like, all right, let's see how far I can get.
Let's look at that Hardin-Simmons play. We've
Okay.
got it ready to go here. Here it is. Can you see that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this past year, TLU had one of its best seasons in program history. The biggest win of the year was a 38-27 road win at Hardin-Simmons, number 6 Hardin-Simmons. The TLU defense scored 3 touchdowns on its own in that game, and you had one of those. So watch this play and take me through it.
Okay, so pause it real quick. So
Sure.
Go back just a little bit.
Go back.
So what I'm taught is as soon as your tackle, so the big guy in front of you, disappears, as soon as you see him turn his back, you can run down the line and go try to make a play. So that's what I love when they pull. It's called a GT. So when they pull the tackle and guard away from me, I love that because no one's going to come block me. So that means, and I'm faster than most defensive ends. So that means I can be in the backfield in a split second and go make a play. So I remember them doing that. I remember the quarterback handing the ball off to him. And then a similar play had happened earlier in the game where they did a reverse to this little receiver coming around, and I had tackled him for a loss. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to destroy this guy again, but this time he doesn't see me coming at all. And so I remember following 23, he pitched the ball, and then it was on the ground. And again, nothing in me told me to jump on it. I was like, let's try to pick it up and see how far we can get. And that kid is really, really fast, that receiver that drops it, and he's going to fall here in a second. So I picked it up, and as soon as I picked it up, I almost fell. if you let it go for a second, I almost fall, and I would have really felt dumb right there. I lose my step, and I thought I was going to eat turf for a second. I would look really stupid. But anyway, so then Brandon Bennett picks up the block on 82, and I just remember running really, really fast. And then towards the end, like on where those little cheerleaders are right there, I remember someone screaming out, "Hey, your shoe's untied." And I remember thinking, like, wait, what? And I remember I just went in and scored. The only thing that coach got mad about is you can't really see it from this angle. I didn't hold the ball like you should have. I had it in one hand the entire time. So he was like, other than that, good job. Yeah, I'll never forget someone screaming out to me, "Hey, your shoe's untied."
We'll watch it at full speed here again.
Okay. Yeah, so then I almost fell right there, and then I had the ball in one hand the entire time, and someone screams out, "Hey, your shoe's untied." Go in and score. And I think at that moment, I think we all believed, including myself, like, okay, yeah, we're going to beat Hardin Simmons. I don't know how we're going to do it. I know the score's not very different, like very spread out right now, but we're gonna do it. And then I think Austin Matthews scored later on this really good run, and then Jackson had his pick six, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, it was still a one possession game, and they had the ball when you guys needed to make one more stop. And not only did you make a stop, but the pick six by Jackson Worley to seal the game. I remember you after the game talking to Mike McBride and telling him, did you think we could beat them? Because you guys all believed. You want to know if anybody else believed.
I know a lot of people outside, even our parents included, I know they were iffy because of history, and then last year we just got pummeled. Yeah, that whole week going into that, we just all knew that if we believed we could do it, then we could. And then even at the hotel, it was just something that you had to be a part of in the meetings, and Coach Gus talking to us. When we loaded the bus that morning, it was different. Like you could tell, okay, we're going to go win this game. We don't know how we're going to do it. It might be ugly, but somehow we're going to win this game. And so when that stuff just started to unravel, Daniel Enriquez got that pick six on defense. I scored, and then Jackson scored. I was like, we're going to – like, there's no way they're going to beat us. We scored 3 times on defense. So.
Well, the Bulldogs go 8-2 this past year. Just miss out on an NCAA playoff berth. It's the best finish in American Southwest Conference history for TLU. But Manny, since you finished your football career, what have you been up to? And I'm assuming you just graduated. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I just got my degree yesterday.
Wow. So you've just graduated. What's been going on with you since this COVID-19 pandemic has been going on? And what are in your plans immediately in the future going forward?
I won't go into too much depth about what transpired the first 2 months after football season. Let's just say it was a very dark time for me mentally. But in that, my family and I just did a lot of prayer and just soul searching. And whenever I was asking God for a sign of what my next step was, whether I should try and spend 2 to 3 years trying to make it at the next level, or if I should hang it up and start what I was going to do the rest of my life. Even if I got a chance to play professionally, I wanted to be a coach. I love football. And it's just something I want to be around forever. And so whenever we went to the meeting for Coach Gus to announce to us that he's retiring and who they were going to hire as a new head coach, whenever he said it was Coach Mott, I was like, okay, this is it right here. It's time to hang it up. And so I remember that meeting. At the end of it, I went up to Coach Mott immediately. I said, hey, Coach, I know you only have a few of those restricted earnings positions because we don't really have GA spots here at TLU. I said, but I want one. He goes, okay. I said, I'm in. I said, I'm hanging it up. It's time. I'm happy with what I did at TLU. It's way more than I ever thought I was going to do. If someone would have told me my senior year of high school, hey, you're going to go to TLU and be an All-American, but it's not going to be defensive back. It's going to be at a defensive end. I would have laughed. I would have been like, you're crazy. I've never played that in my entire life. But like I said, I give all the glory to God. Thank you to Coach Mott and Coach Gus for giving me a chance, and Coach Barr for believing me, my old defensive line coach, and then my new one, Coach Dowson, and then my parents for pushing me. What I'm going to be doing is coaching at TLU for, I mean, I hope, we don't know what's going on with COVID right now, but hopefully this next year. And if not, for sure next year. And then I want to spend about a year or two there, 3 max, and I want to move on to get a GA spot like we have had coaches in the past do. So I know TLU is all about connections, and they're right. TLU is a place where you get connected with a bunch of people, and people know who TLU is and what that degree means coming out of here. So that's my plan, is to be a coach. I move up in the college and then maybe professionally. I mean, Cedric Whitaker just got a job with the Carolina Panthers, so I want to try to follow in his footsteps. And then the end goal, whenever it is that I do find a family, is I want to be a high school football coach one day, come back to Texas. If I ever leave Texas, I do want to end back in Texas and follow the footsteps of great coaches like Carl Gustafson, Ricky Mott, people like that.
Well, Manny, we can't thank you enough for all you did for TLU, TLU football, and TLU as a university. Thanks so much for visiting with us today, and we wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.